Good morning. Hello, hello. Alrighty. We are on a new server today, so I'm keeping my fingers and toes crossed that it is going to be a smooth live stream. I'm really excited that today might actually be one of the best connections. So let me just make sure that is able to share. Okay, guys, let's get into today's live stream. Okay, good morning, everyone. Here's your daily market update for today. Today is August 11th where I am, but depends on where you guys are. So Bitcoin is currently trading at around $65,000 still, while Ethereum remains near $1,900. Crypto sentiment is still cautious as investors wait for stronger momentum. And currently the biggest story today is institutional Bitcoin activity, upcoming US inflation data, and continued focus of crypto regulation. Traditional markets remain supported after weaker jobs data reduced pressure for further rate heights. For now, traders are watching whether Bitcoin can break higher or continues consolidating around current levels. Alrighty. Ooh, I'm feeling really good and excited for everyone today. Hopefully today will be smooth sailing. We are going to be doing another stream on, bear with me one second, let me just make sure my everything is still, alright, bear with me one second. I will be having to log in for a quick second. So to do that, I am going to quickly, I do want to make sure I'm going to hide my, bear with me one second. Let's go find a different, I just want to make sure that when I type in my password, you guys are not going to be looking at what my password is. But yeah, how is everyone today? I'm super excited and hoping that it's going to be smooth sailing today because it's definitely been a day, that's for sure. With our previous connections, we had some good connections and some bad ones. Let me just make sure that goes right there. All right. I'm going to bring that forward for a second while I do my password. I kind of like this. This is my censorship to make sure that you guys don't see what I'm typing, even though I know it's like all blurred out, but it's fine. I am always hyper vigilant about these kind of scenarios. Bear with me one second. I'm just going to refresh our pages. Okie dokie. There we go. Alrighty. Now you guys can go back on the page. I just hadn't logged in appropriately at that point, and wanted to make sure. Alright, so if you are new to SuperEx, guys, honestly, it's a really great platform. I'm going to share the link down below here for you guys if you want to register. SuperEx is a great platform if you want to start trading. If you're an experienced trader or if you're a beginner, beginning your journey on trading, it's a great platform. I started around 2 months ago and had an absolute blast compared to my previous experiences. I was able to register, sign up in the span of like 5 minutes, less even if I was not a bit of a blonde duff. But yeah. I had a very easy experience just registering. And then straightforward, I was able to start depositing funds in there. First of all, withdrawing your funds is just as straightforward as depositing. And I was able to start trading. And then the first trade that I went to go do was, drumroll please, a spot trade. Spot trading is, in my opinion, the easier of the trades that you can get up to. Oh, I'm just looking. Bitcoin went down. So yesterday I was talking about making a trade yesterday, believing that it was going to go down to 64,000, and I didn't process it. I should have. oh, probably a good time to buy was at 64,000. I honestly don't think it's going to go too much lower. Guys, remember, you're not here to see the live stream based on my my prophecies. You're here to have a look at how to do trades on SuperEx. But yeah, I think right now would be a great time to get in because I do believe it's going to go back up. So maybe like a month ago, it was at around 70,000 plus. It was honestly, Bitcoin has had a big drop. Let's see if we can see the, no, it just shows the 1 week mark. But no, so like even as of one day, it was up. It was going up. Oh, this is actually, have a look. No, this one is a span of months. So have a look. This is like 2026, May, September. Yeah, it had a big drop. So I do believe it is going to go back up. What goes, wait, what's the saying? What goes down must go up? No, it's actually what goes up must come down. But I like to think of it in reverse as well. So I do believe we're at a low for Bitcoin, and then we are going to be moving our way up, okay? But yeah, if you're interested in checking out how to do a spot trade, that's what I'm going to do now, and then I'm going to go into a future trade. Let me have my water break first. Okay, dokie. So what you're seeing here, this is the SuperEx spot trading screen. I know it can look a little bit hectic at first, but it's actually pretty simple and straightforward. And the only 4 areas that you really need to pay attention to. Let me get rid of that. So the top left, this is our pair sector right up here. Right now I have Bitcoin and USDT loaded, but you can switch to any token in seconds. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Then we've got our big chart in the middle here. This is our trading view price chart. It shows you Bitcoin's price action live, and you can switch between 1 minute, 15 minutes, hourly, daily, whatever fits your style. And then on the right side here is your order book. So it shows every buy order in green and every sell order in red in real time. Don't really worry about it too much for now, because beginners just need to acknowledge that it's there, but then we don't really need to focus too much on it. And then on the far right, this is where the magic happens. This is the trading panel. This is the only area you really need to interact with today, and we'll spend most of our time there. All right, so on our trading panel at the top, you're gonna see 2 tabs, buy in green and sell in red. We're gonna be buying Bitcoin today, so let's go into buy. And then right under that, you'll see 3 different order types: limit, market, and stop market. I want you to be using limit, and why is that? A market order buys at whatever the price the market is right now, and that means you have no control, whereas a limit order lets you say, I'm only going to buy if Bitcoin drops to the price that I want. That's pretty much how anyone who has got any experience with trades would do it. So that would be my recommendation. Boom. Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked right now because the connection is smooth sailing. This makes me really excited because it's been a minute since I've had such a smooth connection, and this just makes me over the moon. So today is for a win. Honestly, I am not the biggest AI, sorry, slight detour. I'm not the biggest AI human, just because in my line of work I've found that I didn't need it as much. But my partner definitely said, why don't you like troubleshoot your internet connections problems with chat? And I did. And yesterday they gave me so many different things to troubleshoot and try out. And it took a while. There was no easy fix of, yes, it's done, 1 button. I did a couple things, and then afterwards, within a span of maybe 40 minutes, I could see that my connection was already smoother, faster. It's because sometimes when you're using a VPN like that I have to for my live streams, it can create connectional issues. So right now I'm just on the moon that this is working smoothly, and yeah, so I'm very, very happy. And maybe I've been converted to a little bit of a AI user. Who knows? It's a start. But yeah. Okay, let's have a quick little detour over to the left-hand side and see how we switch pairs. So the button over here of Bitcoin and USDT label, you can click it or just hover over it and this drop down appears. So there's a search bar here where you can type in any token that you want, ET, ETH, SOL, BNB, anything. SuperEx has honestly thousands of pairs. Then we've got these tabs here that allow you to filter by category. We've got spot for crypto, we've got stock for US stock markets. Yep, that's right. You can trade like Apple and Tesla here if you'd like. And then we have the free market for community listed tokens and so on. Or you can just scroll down here and click any of the most popular listed pairs. I will be sticking to Bitcoin and USDT. So we can just kind of close that and move on from there. Okay, back to our trading panel. We are gonna set our buy price. I'm so frustrated that I didn't set a trade last night. Would have been a great time to get in. Because I wasn't 100% sure if it was going to go back down to 64. Let me have a think. Okay, so we're the price field here. So it says Bitcoin sitting at around $63,998. So I'm going to offer a little bit under. We're going to go 63. 63,000 USDT. I remember 63,000 USDT is pretty much the US dollar because USDT is on par with that. I just type it in there and that's all. So pretty much what that means is my order will sit in the order book, and the moment Bitcoin touches 63,000 USDT, my buy fills automatically. Until then, nothing happens. I'm in control. I'm not chasing the market. We love that. All right, next, how much money do we want to commit? Something that I remember the first few times I was doing my one of these trades, and even to this day on my live stream, if I'm not paying attention, because if I'm doing a trade, just me, myself, and I'm fully focused on my screen. Whereas right now for my live stream, I have two screens that I'm jumping between, and I can kind of get a little bit of a duff mode, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna type in right here where it says Bitcoin how much I want to commit, and then it goes 50 Bitcoin is 3 million USDT. So no, guys, don't make the error that I make all the time. Do not fill it out in the Bitcoin portion. We go down to the total USDT. So how much do I want to commit for this trade is 50. And there you can see that SuperEx automatically does the math of how much Bitcoin that is. So that's 0.00079 of a Bitcoin that I will be spending. So yeah, it's a big difference from 3 million to 0.00079. Yeah, so just make sure that you pop in your number here where it says USDT total at the bottom. Don't do a duff mood. But yeah, one thing I do love about SuperEx is I don't ever have to think about the maths. It does it for me. I am honestly very, very appreciative of that, because that would stress me out and I probably wouldn't continue with my trades if I had to do maths. Just a quick tip, after you've typed that in, double check down below. It says your available balance. So technically for this trade, I wouldn't actually be able to process through because I only have 15, not 50 USDT. And just one little note, if you are making a trade, don't do it how you play like Texas Hold'em poker, where you say, all in. No, let's not go all in with our trades, okay? Let's keep it smaller. I would recommend, if I had 15 USDT like I have, I would go with a $5 trade or a $10 trade. I would not be going all in with my $15. I just think it's better to not go all in and make sure you don't have one bad trade and it's going to ruin your day. So that's what I always say. Start small and then you can play up once you are fully aware of what you are doing. All right, now The part that a lot of beginners like to skip because they want to go straight to that buy Bitcoin is we want to go to the take profit and stop loss, okay? So right above the buy button, you saw that little checkbox. I've clicked it. Take profit and stop loss. The two new fields have shown up. The first one is TP trigger. Okay, so with our TP trigger, I'm going to set that at, what do I want to set that one at today? Maybe 60. 68. Now let's go big. I want big profits. I'm going to pop that at 70,000. It's going to take a while for Bitcoin to get up that high, but I believe it is going to get there. Okay. So SuperEx pretty much tells me in red what this means. When the price reaches 70,000 USDT, it'll trigger a market order, and my estimated P&L will be 5.53 USDT. Okay. SuperEx is honestly really good at making sure you know what you're getting yourself into. And then we're going to set our SL trigger with similar logic, but the opposite direction. For this one, we put it at 63,000, so I'm going to put it at 60. Okay, I'm going to put my SL trigger, my stop loss, at 60,000. So remember, same logic, opposite direction. If Bitcoin crashes from 63,000 to 60,000, the platform will sell immediately, and I will only lose 2.37 USDT. I don't lose 20. I don't lose 50. My downside is capped. So as you can see, there's another red message just below there. SuperEx really is trying to inform you of every step you make, okay? They want you to know what you're getting yourself into. And then the final step before you click anything is you double check your numbers at the bottom. Our available USDT balance is our buyable Bitcoin. Just make sure they match what you expected. And then you get to hit that big, beautiful green button, buy Bitcoin, that you've been waiting to hit the whole time. And that's it. Your order is now live in the order book. You can see it in the open orders tab at the bottom. You don't have to sit, watch it. The system handles everything. If Bitcoin hits 78,000, if Bitcoin hits 63,000, you can buy. If it hits, I have to remember what our numbers were, 70,000, we sell for profit. If it crashes to 60,000, you sell to cut your losses. Pretty much 3 scenarios, all automated. We love it. And we don't have to overthink that process too much. So pretty much that workflow was, we chose our pair, Bitcoin and USDT today. We chose to buy at the top here. Chose to buy in green right there. Then we chose a limit as our order type. And then we set the price that we wanted to buy at. I chose 63,000 today. How much you wanted to commit, I chose 50. Then you set your TP and SL. I put 70,000 and 60,000. And then you click buy. Honestly, 7 steps, less than 2 minutes once you've done it once or twice. I love it. It's straightforward. And there you go. You're off on your first trade. But yeah, I would love to know in the comments down below if you guys have had any experiences with trades, because I would love to know if you guys have had good trades, bad trades, what kind of experience you guys are getting yourselves into. Myself, my first ever trade not on SuperEx went really badly. On another platform because I wasn't really sure what I was getting myself into. And then I came to SuperEx and I started off small and it was actually okay. Like, it wasn't like massive wins, but start off small just to learn every step of the way, and that's how I took it. So yeah, I am a very cautious trader because I'm still relatively new. Maybe down the line I'll start being a bit braver with my trades, but for now I like to be slow and steady. Okay. Now I do want you guys to have a quick little look at a different page. So we were just playing on our spot trading page. I'll show you a bit of a difference. And this is our perpetual future trade. So you can see there's a little differences there, but overall it feels like the same vibe, which means that you probably will get to understand this page just as easily as the previous page, okay? So this is our perpetual future screen. Let me make sure it's right. Yep. We've got a couple new pieces compared to spot trading, and I'll show you. So we still have up here our pair sector where we're trading Bitcoin, USDT perpetual. You can switch between ETH, SOL, honestly anything just by clicking there. And then we have our future specific data. Our market price is what the platform uses to calculate your unrealized P&L and liquidation. Then we have index price is the multi-exchange weighted spot price. We have our funding and countdown. So every 8 hour long pays short or vice versa, depending on the funding rate. You'll see the timer counting down. We've got a 24-hour change, high, low, turnover. It's pretty standard. And then on the far right, we've got our trading panel. This is where we open and close our positions. We'll spend most of our time here. And then over here, we have our order book. So that's our buy and sell orders live. So for futures, this also matters for funding rate skew. But as I said before, for spot, for beginners, glance and ignore it. We don't really need to pay too much attention to it. Okay, before we open any trades, we're going to pick our margin mode. So in the trading panel, you see over here, yours, if it's your first time on here, it might say cross. Mine says isolated because that's what mine was last put on. So I'm going to click isolated here. And this 3 options have popped up. The first one is cross margin mode. Every position you have under this asset shares one single margin balance. If one trade tanks, the system will pull from your other positions to prevent liquidation. It sounds nice, but if everything crashes at once, you can lose your entire futures wallet, not just one position. So I'm not too big of a fan of that. Then we have isolated margin mode. Water break. You assign a fixed amount of margin to each position. If a trade goes against you, you only lose that allocated margin. The rest of your wallet is safe. This one's pretty recommended for beginners. And then we have our split margin mode, similar to isolated, but you transfer a specific amount up front. If the margin drops to less than or equal to 100%, hey, my chunky meow, you get liquidated and the trader can lose all the margin in that sub account, okay? So once you decide, sorry, my fur baby is meowing. Hello, my chunky baby. Huh? What's up? Sorry, he likes to vocalize. He's waiting for his medicine. Whenever he gets his medicine in the morning, he gets like a tube of wet food. So he's like excited for his medicine. It's the best way to trick a cat to have their pills is mix it with their medicine. But yeah, sorry, back to the trade. So once you've decided which margin mode you would like, click confirm. My honest recommendation for your first month is isolated. Always isolated. Don't let one bad trade wipe out everything that you have earned, okay? So we're going to stick to isolated and confirm. I'm not sure if you guys hear the train going past me. It's like an old train track. So I get to hear the train every morning. For me, it does not even phase my mind. But sometimes when you have a mic, it does pick up on things that you don't want it to. So apologies if you guys hear that train, especially now that our connection is so smooth. Honestly, I'm on the moon thinking about this connection. Like, if this is the connection every live stream, let's do it every single day. Yes, please, let's do it. Okay. Now we want to do our leverage, okay? I'm going to click next to margin mode. Mine currently says 30. I'm going to click that and this pop-up appears. The big count at the top with the plus and minus, you can fine tune what you'd like. Or you can drag this slider all the way down from 1 to 150. But yeah, so just read the warning carefully on this. Selecting high leverage will increase the risk of forced liquidation. So at 150 times, 0.66% move against you wipes you out. At 10 times, it takes about a 9% move. At 3 times, you can survive a 30% crash. The higher the leverage isn't bigger profits, it's smaller margin for the same position size, which means tighter liquidation distance, okay? Once you've decided what you want, you click confirm. My recommendation for first timers would be anywhere between 3 and 5 times. You kind of want to learn the platform and not risk it all in one day. For this demonstration, I'm going to click 30 times just because I like a nice bigger even number. But that's just for the demonstration today. If we were doing a proper first time trade, I would go lower. Anywhere from 3 and 5 is what I would play between. Okay, now we're going to set up the actual order. Similar to spot, we're going to choose a limit because this allows you to pick your exact buy price instead of taking the market. You see here's the price field right here. I am going to set this to the same prices that we did for our spot. I think I set that one at 63,000 USDT. Just a small dip from the current, so if Bitcoin drops there, my order fills. If it doesn't, nothing happens. I can cancel that anytime. Okay, then this little toggle down below is quite important, the cont versus USDT. Cont means how many contracts, so each Bitcoin contract on SuperEx is equal to a specific Bitcoin quantity, whereas USDT means how much USDT you want to commit. Honestly, I think I'm always going to recommend, if you're a beginner or more experienced, I would just click USDT because it's the dollar amount that we understand. I don't have to think about that too much. So I'm going to make sure mine is still on USDT, okay? And then the amount that I'm willing to commit to this trade, I'm going to put 50, even though I only have 15 USDT in my wallet. Yeah, and then that pretty much means have a look at the margin down below. That's a 1.66 USDT. That's only like $3 and change locked up as collateral because at 30 times leverage, 50 USDT of exposure only requires 50 divided by 30, mathematics, and that's around 1.66 USDT of margin. That's pretty much the leverage magic. Small margin, big position, big risk too. So keep that in mind, okay? It's quite important when you're doing your futures to understand that process. Now I would say is the most important part. You don't go straight to open long and open short. You remember, you set your TP and SL. If there's one thing you can take away from today's live stream is always set this take profit and stop loss. Never enter a futures trade without these two numbers set. Honestly, that would just be a duff move. And even I'm not that duff. All right, so for my take profit, I'm going to put you at 70,000. And then my SL trigger, I'm going to go to 60,000. So pretty much that's saying I'm buying at 63,000, and if Bitcoin jumps up to 70,000, I sell automatically and lock in my gains. Don't need to stare at the chart. Platform does it for me. And then if Bitcoin crashes to 60,000, it will sell immediately and cap my loss. That's kind of like that fine line between losing some margin and getting completely liquidated. All right, and then after that, after both are set, not just one, after both are set, you can go click one of these buttons. So you can do open long, which means you're betting Bitcoin goes up, or open short means you bet it goes down. Personally, I think it's going to go up. It's been down for a while, and I do believe it's going to start moving up. And then once you click on, I would be clicking on open long, your order goes live in two places that you can check it out. So we've got our open orders tab at the bottom of the screen. If it's a limit order that hasn't been filled yet, it's going to sit here and you can cancel at any time. Or the positions tab. Once your order fills, so if Bitcoin touches my 63,000 bid, the trade moves from open orders to positions. You'll see your entry price, your current P&L in USDT, liquidation price, and a close button. To close early, just hit the close button, or you can do a flash close, which is the market price, so that's instant, or a limit close, your chosen exit price. Once closed, your margin is returned to your futures wallet, plus or minus your P&L minus fees. And yeah, honestly, it's as straightforward as that. And then if your TP or SL triggers automatically, the position closes itself and you'll see it in our order history. But yeah, so that's pretty much how you do a trade in perpetual futures on SuperEx. Let's just do a quick little recap from start to finish of what the process would be. You pick your margin mode, okay? Remember we chose, let's go up here. We chose isolated, up to you. I think isolated is just great for beginners. We pick our leverage. I recommend that you guys go for anywhere from 3 or 5 times. I said 30 just because I wanted a big, beautiful, even number. And then set your price. Choose the USDT amount. So I put 63,000 because that's just like a little dip from what the current price is. And I think that it's definitely going to hit there within like a day or so. And then you choose between cont and USDT. I set my amount that I was willing to commit to it. I put 50 USDT. Make sure you set your TP and SL. Please, please, please do not forget that. Choose between open, long, or short based on your view. And then you get to manage your position from the positions tab down below. Honestly, guys, super straightforward. Once you've done it once or twice, you could do that within 2 minutes. And you can start trading. But yeah, I find spot trading to be a little bit easier than futures. Futures is just like a couple extra steps that you have to be thinking about. But I definitely went straight for spot trading to begin with because I thought that was the easier one to get my head wrapped around. And yeah, it's true. It was a lot easier for me and it made me feel a lot more comfortable before I started going into futures. When I actually first started my live stream experience with you guys on SuperEx, I hadn't done a futures one. And now I feel so much more comfortable because I actually know what I'm getting myself into. So yeah, if you guys do any trades, please let me know in the comments down below. If you are watching any of the pre-recorded live streams, please still put comments down underneath the video because I do go through everything and I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the right live stream, the right content that you guys are interested in. But yeah, that ends our 2 live streams for the week. I will be back next week. Hopefully we still have this smooth sailing connection because I'm so happy that it's been amazing. And yeah, I just want to say I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week. Take care. Trade smartly. Set your TP and SL if you're going to do any trades. And please let me know how your first trade or